Hey, what's cracking? Wanted to stop in, put this video out today, and I hope that this day started off going your way and that you're in a good mood. If this day hasn't started off going your way and you're angry and you got a lot of stuff built up inside you, I'd like for you to hit pause for a second on the video and think about a couple things that you're thankful for, ways that you might be blessed, whether it's a roof over your head or someone that loves you or a good job that you have. If you'll stop and think about that for a second, it'll change the way your day is going. I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd do that, it would really help me out a lot. If you would share it on your social platforms, that would really help me to get it out there. If this is the first time you checked out one of my videos, my name is Ricky Dye, and I went to prison when I was 15 years old, and I was there for 20 years in all the rough places. And I've decided to tell my story and what's happened to me to try to help some other kid or family to not go through that. And I would like to talk today a little bit about anger and how you end up getting to prison because of it, mistakes that you make in your life, what made it real hard for me when I got out to stay out. So where it all starts out is whether it's the people around you, whether it's your job, kids at school, your grades, your bills, whatever the pressures are that build up on you and put a lot of stress in you in your life, and you begin to get angry, and the anger builds up in you, and it makes you want to lash out at the people around you. I've woke up angry in the morning and not even particularly mad at anyone, but you just look for someone to take that anger out on, someone to lash out at because you're angry inside. But the thing is, when you lash out, or you go and you shoot a bunch of people, or you go commit a crime, it doesn't fix anything. It doesn't take that anger away. It doesn't fix the problem. It compounds the problem. And if you can cut that short by thinking about your blessings, scientists believe that when you're angry, if instead of lashing out, you take control of that and you harness that, and instead of lashing out, you use it in a positive way, that you actually rewire your mind to be more loving. And I believe that because I was angry every day. And I read that and I started trying to do that. And before I knew it, I started to feel more like a loving person. But it also can wear off. Your family's sitting at home and they're having a good evening, and you come in and you're angry. And you start lashing out with that. And before you know it, someone else in the room is feeling the same way. Aggression breeds aggression. That's just how it works, man. So if you can take control of it in your own life, then you'll help the people around you to also take control of it. Because when you're loving and when you're nice and respectful to each other, that also rubs off. So a big problem with going to prison was when I first went to prison, I didn't want to fight. I did have issues. I had problems, but it wasn't in me. I didn't want to haul off and hit someone in the face. It's not something I wanted to do. Never had that inside of me. So when you first go in there, you're angry. You become scared instead on the inside. Well, now that you're facing your problems, that anger has become fear. You was angry. You were wanting to lash out, take it out on everyone. But now the mistake you've made has put you in a position where now you're afraid. Instead of being angry, you've put yourself in a real bad position. You get in there and you don't want to fight no one. But the rules are you have to. So in prison, if someone gets out of line with you, they do something disrespectful to you, you have to handle that. You have to hit them. You have to fight those people. And if fighting isn't enough, you may have to get a weapon and deal with it, because unlike out here where you can get in a fight with someone and not see them anymore, when you're inside there, there's nowhere to go. You're going to see this person every day. So there's no way to get away. You have to deal with your problems. So the difference between in there and out here is inside there, people are much more respectful, because disrespect is dealt with on the spot. Out here, disrespect is not dealt with. And so it builds up until people get this anger in them and do these crazy things, because there's no repercussions for people being rude and disrespectful. In prison, if someone is disrespectful to you, you have to handle that, man. So there's an altercation. And since you know that will happen if you are disrespectful or rude to someone, you go out of your way not to be, because you don't want to have to fight. And so I always thought in prison, in here, somebody gives you their word, they keep it. Because when you give someone your word, that is all you have. That's how you're weighed. So if you don't keep your word, then you're nothing. So I thought, well, these guys in prison, that's the worst of the worst. If they keep their word when I get out, I surely won't have to worry about it. Everyone out there is a lot better people. But the truth is, people out here aren't a lot better people. They're just people that haven't been caught. And they are more disrespectful. So when I got out here and these people are rude and disrespectful to me, I've been taught for all these years that when that's done, I have to do something about it. But now I'm out here, and if I do something about it, I'm going back to prison. So I've got this in my head now that someone's rude to me, I have to handle that, and everyone around me is being rude. But if you handle that, then you're going back to prison. The problem is that I shouldn't want to handle that. I should never want to fight someone because of the things they say. But in prison, you have no choice. It's just out here, you don't fight. There's no physical altercation, or shouldn't be, except for in the defense of your life. But in prison, when someone calls you a punk or a bitch or a rat or a catch out, you have to do something, because it really is an attack on your life. Because if you allow it, there will be more things to happen next. So when I went to prison, I was scared to fight. But when I got out, it was even harder for me not to fight. So I'm here to tell you that it's easy to be mean, but it's hard to be nice. It's easy to go pick up a gun and go rob something. It's easy to pull a trigger and shoot somebody. That's easy to do. What's hard to do is to deal with your problems, to face them head on, to take control of your emotions, to be in control of your mind, and for you to decide what's best for you and the people who love you and the people around you. That's what's hard to do. So if you want to be hard, you want to be tough, you want people to think something of you, keep your word. When you face things in your life, adversity, don't go pick up a gun and shoot somebody. Don't go rob something. Don't look for the easy way out. Be an adult. Be a good human being. And even if it may be the harder way, that's the way you take. And I'm going to end this video short. If you're angry today, try to think about what the consequences of your anger could be. Not just to you, but the people you love and the family that of the people who you do wrong. Because they don't deserve it, man. Because really, whatever you're angry about, it all boils down to you, man. When you're 12, 13, 14 years old, you can't wait to get 16 or 18, and that's a very short period in your life. It's just for you to learn, man. Learn to do what your parents tell you, so you'll be able to do what your boss tells you. It's just training for the real world. Because once you get 18, it doesn't matter how you were raised, if you were poor, if you were done wrong, if you were done right. It doesn't matter if you were loved, if you weren't loved. Once you're 18 years old, from here on, it's all on you, man. If you're poor, it's because you're not doing what you need to not be poor. Go to school, get you a trade, get you a job, and stick with it. Don't quit because you don't like the people you work with. You don't like your boss. Stay with it. Do your job. Do what's asked of you, man. Swallow your pride. Take control of your anger. Be somebody, man. Don't take the easy way out, because the easy way out's not the way out. It's the hard way out for the rest of your life. And I'm proof of it. But if you do make a mistake, don't ever give up hope. Because as long as you're alive, things can get better. I'm proof of that too. You can still be happy. Be happy with what you have, not with what you want. And the rest will come, man. Put God first and the rest will come. May God keep you and your family safe. Peace out. See you in the next one.